I'm going to give another shout out this week because I'm giving a lot of shout outs. This one goes out to most disgruntled face of the week. Most disgruntled facial expression. Played to perfection a Miss Charlotte Flair. Sitting at ringside during the number one contenders match. The faces she was pulling. Beautiful. Hilarious. Just like the look of disgust and disdain that she... I mean, Vince McMahon himself would be proud of facial expressions like that. I just loved it constantly. Rick's kind of just sitting there with that Ric Flair grin on his face constantly. Just like, you know, kind of with Mr. Burns' excellent hands, you know, just that way where his fingers are together. But Charlotte just kind of like, you could almost, even though you couldn't hear her, you could in your mind, she was going, ugh, ugh,
yeah,
ugh, constantly. And I was just like, loving it. Love your work. Love you. Charlotte, you know I'm a big fan. I know you're not as big a fan as me, but I'm like, you know, I think she is the personification of women's... You're going to hate me for saying this, man. But I think she's the personification of women's wrestling at the moment. Not of all time, but at the moment, and it's because she is doing such a good job as a heel, and she can really build up that division just by being a champion that everyone hates. And she's doing that so well, I think, man. She's so unlikable, you know. But I like her, and I'll tell you, I only follow, like, I'm trying to think. I think I possibly only follow something like 3 wrestlers on Instagram, and she's one of them, because I'm just so impressed by her, like, see her physique, right? This is not a guy perving on a girl thing here. This is someone admiring someone else's physique, because man, her dad never had that physique. You know, her dad wishes she had that. Exactly. Whereas she just looks, you know, the part. She's almost like the female Triple H. You know, the female evolution Triple H or something like that. You know, I just think she is the one.
And that got me to stop watching wrestling.
But you know what I'm saying though? It never got you. That wasn't why you stopped. You stopped watching because Eddie died. I'm telling you why. I didn't know you back then, but I'm telling you that's why you stopped.
That added to it, but 2002 to 05, Raw was unbearable.
I know, and I agree.
It was 2 hours long, and it was dominated by Triple H.
I agree, but you can't say...
I'm sure a lot of fans right now felt that way about Seth Rollins, but I bet you freaking miss him now.
You can't say that about Charlotte, though. She is, to be fair, she's not on it that much. She's only on it for like 15 minutes. And that 15 minutes is enough.
No, I know. So, I'm just saying...
Okay, maybe Triple H was a bad comparison, but, you know, I'm basically just saying she's playing the part well, and when she, you know, for me, right now, so let's say it goes to WrestleMania, it looks like it's going to be a triple threat, but let's say it was her versus Sasha Banks. To you, who looks better, and I don't mean in terms of physically, but who looks more in place as a champion at WrestleMania? Charlotte or Sasha?
Well, of course Charlotte, but...
Why of course?
Charlotte wouldn't retain because it's supposed to be the underdog overcoming the odds.
Exactly, but that's the point.
She probably would retain.
But that's the point I'm making, is that Charlotte looks natural champion, and that's breeding though. That's breeding as well. You know, that's her dad is like the most capped champion of all time, but she has managed to take that and not let it overshadow her, because it could easily overshadow her. She's taking it, she's embracing it. It has
overshadowed her though. Her whole gimmick is based upon her being his daughter.
But
the whole thing,
it works.
They're not wooing for her. She's not. She wasn't over as a babyface because of her or her in-ring work. Like, you can argue that Roman Reigns is a good worker, but to me, they're one and the same. She is the female Roman Reigns.
Dude,
she's green out there.
We agree on everything apart from this.
Yeah, she's just green,
apart from this. You're like, she's green. I'm like, when you are the the spawn of Ric Flair, when you are the child, you're never green. You're never green.
You are.
You're
his
not.
Son
it's
was
like
green.
It's
rest
like
his soul. God rest his soul. But his son was really green.
No,
he wasn't a good wrestler. He didn't get anything from his father.
Are you talking
you
about?
Tell me she has charisma.
Are you talking about David here?
Yeah, he didn't have charisma.
Yeah, that's true.
The highlight of his career was getting beat the fuck up by the Undertaker. I mean,
that was awesome. That was an awesome moment. I'll always remember that. It's like now it's like Undertaker's like, now give me my match, and it's like Ric Flair's like, all right.
Yeah, so it's like, to me, she's the Roman Reigns of the females division. Like I said, when she goes into a full mount, her little freaking swinging body motion punches, I don't buy that for a minute. Her running spear looks worse than Roman Reigns's, because his is starting to look better, but it's just a run and hug. It's like, I don't want to see somebody win on a run and hug and then the figure four. It's a figure four. I don't care that she can curl her back like that. It's a figure four.
Well, it's better than the Mizzy's figure four. It's better than the Mizzy's figure.
Gimmick infringement, man. She's just jacking the gimmick, and that's why a lot of people like me don't like her.
Well,
she's green, and she relies on that gimmick because her promo works weak, her in-ring works weak. She's only been doing this for 2 or 3 years. She is Roman Reigns.
Well, that's a shame, because Charlotte was going to be our guest on the show next week, but that's all right. We'll just cancel. Sorry, Charlotte. I'm phoning her right now.
Man,
I'm phoning her right now. Hello. Hi. Rick, stop wooing at me, man. Stop wooing at me, Rick. Put on Charlotte, will you, please?
Oh, I love to talk to Rick. I'll talk to Rick.
The guy's deafening me. It's alright, he's putting on... Hey, Charlotte, yeah. John says it's a no-go for next week.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. You can do it. I'll just be at home chilling.
Yep. Says you're the female Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, see you later. Rick just came back on the phone, and you know what he said to me?
Woo?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to? That's what he said. Anyway, I think that's a nice place for us to wrap things up today. So I'm quickly just going to say, John, obviously we're sort of trying to expand as much as possible and stuff and go on different formats, etc. Yeah. Do you want to tell the guys who have managed to make it to the end of the show, and if you have, thank you so much. It's appreciated. John, do you want to tell them where else they can go? Is if you've found us on Podomatic, great, but there are other places that you can look for us. John?
Yeah, if you got an Android or an Apple, you can find us on the Player.fm app under Andrew Patterson's podcast.
He sounds like a handsome guy.
Yeah, Andrew. Also, you can
find
us on
one T in Patterson.
You can find us also on Podbean under the same name.
There you go. So, if you liked our stuff, you can check out more of it. And we continue on to great things. So yeah,
speaking of Charlotte, spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte she gets involved, she beats them both down, and there's no winner. So we're probably gonna have that triple threat.
All right. I love it.
Thank God. Spoiler alert for SmackDown.
That's fine, isn't it?
I don't watch. Maybe I assume some of my fans don't watch.
That's cool. This won't be going up until, well, it'll still go up before SmackDown comes out, but there's a good chance most of the listeners will listen to this at the weekend, and it'll have already been on, so fingers crossed. We
will see you guys next week previewing the March 12th show, right? The house show?
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll have more details on what matches will be there other than Triple H and Ambrose.
And extremely exciting, if you're listening, is that next week I will give a comprehensive review of Strange Fascination, David Bowie.
Nice.
Exactly. So, see you then, guys. Enjoy whatever books you're reading. Sweet dreams. Goodbye.